Hello guys, Jerry speaking. Welcome to Bedtime Stories episode number 428, and today we'll go on Biography book about Jane Goodall. So let's read it down, shall we? So we got for us. It's written by Lori Haskins Holland. Illustrated by Margaret Lucas. Here we go. Published by Golden Book New York release. Copyright 2024 are reserved. And here we go. Makes sense anyway. Even though it's a zoologist about gorillas and chimpanzees. If you watch this dad by my mom, you guys will be in good treat. Anyway. Valerie Jane Morris Goodall was born in London, England on April 3rd, 1934, okay? Her parents called her Jane, okay? When Jane turned 1 year old, her father gave her a toy chimp named Jubilee, okay? Jane took Jubilee everywhere. She hugged and patted him on so much he started to lose her fur. His fur, excuse me. Oh, hang on. I got some personal messages. I need to close this tab out. Hang on, it's from Billy. If you watch Billy, I don't know what to say here because I was trying to make a Bedtime Stories episode for you guys. Anyway, what do you have to say right now? I'll be right back. I'm back, folks. Sorry about that. It's just a personal thing I want to talk to Billy about, but it is a difficult time because to say this, that it's gonna be heavy rains going outside my area, but it's not gonna stop me to do lunchtime and bedtime stories all together, nor is weekend celebrations. But I'm not going anywhere either. If you watch this, Billy, it's for you. But anyway, let's continue on where we left off in Bedtime Stories episodes 428, shall we? See what we got for us. Anyway. Now, I just don't know what's going on with his fur. It's gonna get too much with Jane hugging the chimpanzee, but it's gonna get too much. But anyway. Next page. Anyway. Jane loved real animals, okay, as well. She spent hours watching earthworms and sea snails, okay? She taught tricks to her dog, Rusty, okay? She even made friends with some robins who visit her bedroom window, okay? She built a nest on Jane's bookshelf. Wow, okay. To make sense anyway, even though it's a great example about that. So there you go. Even though it's some good enough sense. Next page. Anyway. One of Jane's favorite books was the story of Dr. Goodall. Kind of reminds me of Dr. Goodall movies in the 1960s and 1990s. The 90s and 2001, the sequel featuring A. Murphy. Colin Pratt was in it as well, featuring the direct two sequels, video sequels featuring Colin Pratt's Dr. Goodall as well. But anyway, and the other ones featuring Raven Simone from Back to Raven. But anyway. For the two sequels. But anyway, about a man who could talk to his animals. Anyway, in the tale, Dr. Goodall goes to Africa. Wow. Jane made a decision. She'll go to Africa. Wow, okay. As well, and stay with wild animals. Wow. Jane was only 8 years old, but she already knew exactly what she wanted to do with her life. There's just one question. How did she make it happen? Well, it makes more sense for her animals. I'm more of a pig lover myself, but the thing is, this is a wild animal life. You know, like elephants or giraffes, bears and monkeys and something like that. But that's just me, of course. And in the Free Wishes episode, which I'll talk about a little bit, in the Boring Jokes episode, before I read this next page, I will say this, okay? You can hear that in the background from the football game. But anyway, let's go on tonight right now. I'll say this, okay? The way it makes more sense, okay? About farm animal petting zoos, saying, oh my dog at a farm, E-I-A-O, and he goes, monkeys. Seriously? And Joey far agreement as well. I think he said chimpanzees so make me want to laugh. The blue dog, Barney. Anyway, moving on. If things were different, Jane might have gone to college to be a scientist. Wow, okay. But if every day I have enough money for college, and there wasn't many female scientists at that time frame. Okay? It didn't seem like a path Jane could pick. She became a secretary instead, filed papers in the office. For a while, her dream felt very far away. Then Jane got lucky. A friend moved to Kenya, Africa. Would Jane like to go visit her? Yes, she would. Jane saved her money for months. At last, she had enough money to boat far for Africa. She arrived a day before she turned 23. Wow. Okay, then, to make more sense anyway. Even though that makes more difference anyway. So there you go on that. Even though it's to make more difference and all that. Next page. Anyway. Africa was spectacular, Jane saw wildlife everywhere, On her trip, Jane met a scientist named Louis Lakely, something like that. She expressed herself with her passion for animals, Jane didn't know about it, but Louis was looking for someone to study chimpanzees in Tanzania, Africa. Wow, okay. He didn't want to train a scientist like himself. No. Louis, wanted someone with fresh eyes, someone patient, curious, and brave. Someone just like Jane. July 1960, Jane pitched in a tent in Tanzania's Gombe forest. She unpacked her binoculars and her notebooks. Jane's dream was coming true. That is a good idea. To make more sense anyway, even though it's a great idea. To make more chimpanzee-like, to make it sign language for Coco, which I'll get to that in a little bit. Next page. Anyway, Gombe was beautiful, but full of danger. There's steep cliffs, something like that. Hungry leopards, stinging insects, poisonous snakes. Jane didn't worry much about those things. She worried about something else. How are they chimpanzees? Where are they? Wow. Jane traveled all over the forest, searching. She hiked up the hills and scrambled through bushes. Once in a while, she spotted some chimps. The trouble was, they spotted her as well. And the second they did, they ran away. And I felt worried for what happened to chimpanzees. You know, at the time frame, I felt worried for them. I need to search back at this whole Jane Goodall thing, you know, it didn't make more sense. Hug them. Come on now. Next page. Anyway, Jane didn't give up. She waited and waited. Finally, one of the chimps began to trust her. An old chimp that Jane named David Greybeard, something like that. He let Jane get close enough to watch him. And what Jane thought was incredible. Okay? David pulled the leaves off a twig, then stuck it in the mound of dirt. When he pulled the twig back out, it was covered with insects. David gobbled it with them up, something like that. This was so amazing. David had made the twig into a tool, something like that. Until that moment, something like that, scientists brought only humans could make tools. No one had ever seen an animal do it. And that's a great idea. You know, those chimpanzees wanted to hug Jane. To make sense anyway, no one needs to run away. I'm a pig lover, so I need to stop making pigs run away. Come on now. Not going wee, none of the above. Anyway, next page. Anyway, Jane shared discovery with Louis Leakley. He was stunned. So is the planet. Now he must revive man. Ow. Anyway, revive man, revive tool, or accept chimpanzees as humans. Good enough. National Geographic magazine wanted pictures of chimpanzees. They sent a photographer named Hugo Wallach to check Galbies like that. Jane felt annoyed, but she liked having the forest and the chips to herself. Who was this Hugo? Who he bug her? Will he have gotten away? I don't know about this, depending on how long this Hugo guy had to do something about it. We'll see what happens. Next page. Anyway, it turned out Hugo did not bug Jane good enough. He was helpful, actually, and rather handsome. Hugo took photos after photo after chimps. He took photos after photo of Jane as well. Jane and Hugo fell in love and got married. Good enough. A few years later, they had a baby boy. They named him Hugo, after his dad, but called him Grub. Meanwhile, Jane got to know more about the champs and Gombe. They gave him all names: Pro, Fifi, Goliath, and Mr. McGray or something like that. The champs got comfortable with her, very comfortable. To make sense anyway, even though it's a great idea between chimpanzee-like. It's a great idea, you know? Just make more difference in all of that. So, they both be a couple and all of that. Because they know about being a couple and photographer and a wildlife scientist fell in love for the whole chimpanzee difference. Next page. Anyway, Jane filled notebooks, filed notebooks, something like that, with records of the chimps' behavior. She wrote about how they hug and kiss. Good. Laugh and cry. Played, solved problems. Good enough. Her work showed that chimpanzees have feelings. They were smart as well. Chimps were about like humans. Sometimes it's like solved at Jane. They said she could give the chimps numbers, not names. Good enough. And she should befriend them. That was improper, something like that. Jane sharpened right back. She was finding out more about chimpanzees far more than anyone else on the planet. Good enough. Even though it's a great advice for Jane at this point. So there you go. It can be more difference in all of that. It could be more amazing, depending on how much time we're going to get chimpanzees and more difference between all of this. There you go. Next page. Anyway. Now, Jane studied in the Gombe chimpanzees for more than many years, something like that. Then in 1986, Jane decided she needed to go do more. She needed to help animals anywhere. She circled the globe, the planet, something like that. Urged people should protect the planet and its creatures, something like that. The Earth, something like that. Excuse me, anyway. She started a program called Roots and Shoots for kids who wanted to help, something like that. What you do makes a difference, and you have decided what kind of difference you want to make. Jane said. It makes sense in any way. So it makes more difference between now and the 60s, 70s, and 80s. So to make it all hold hands and all that for the kids. And that makes more difference between all of that. Next page. Anyway, now, Jane traveled free, and last page of the book. Okay, that makes more sense. Anyway, never mind. This is the last page? Okay. Jane traveled free for 100 days a year, something like that. Still, she traveled the champs wherever she could. She stayed a part of their lives for more than 60 years. Wow. From a young age, Jane knew that she wanted a full life of animals and adventures. And she got it. Now, before I wrap things up, she's now, let me see here. If she was alive today, I'm not sure she was alive today. She's now currently, she's now 9 years old. She will be 9 years old. So that was a little, Goodall book biography about Jane Goodall. What I think about this book, it was amazing. So far, this book was a success. That was Bedtime Stories episode number 428. Hope you enjoy it. Stay tuned. Next is going to be Bedtime Stories episode number 429. We'll go book biography about Colin Powell. Till next time, suggest box of baby. More bedtime. Excuse me. We're getting more Bedtime Stories episodes coming soon. See you out. See ya.